Meeting of March the 4th, 2025 to order. I guess our first order of business will be public appearances. We want to welcome you folks come. Do you have somebody who wants to talk?
Y'all want to hear this? Well, pay attention.
Yes.
Started?
I guess I would like to ask the question is, I live in Whitefield. Our water's been dirty for quite some time. We've called up here multiple times, but there still seems to be a lot of dirt in the water, and just kind of generally curious, number one, why, what's the plan, what's the estimated time to get it fixed, and what are any risks to any of us?
The water is being treated with chlorine and all the chemicals needed to treat the water.
Okay.
We're running on less than half a plant right now. We've got a clarifier down, we've got a filter blown out. We've had a filter blown out and caused sand and coal to get in our distribution lines. We've had chemical changes, but we've been in contact with contractors, and we are 16 to 20 weeks out on anything.
What do you mean, on parts?
No, on getting the contractors to come up here and complete the jobs.
So you have the parts?
Yeah, we've got everything. The state's been notified, the senator's been notified, everybody's been notified about our problems. Okay. It's just hurry up and wait. Engineer had me shut down a filter on the 26th. Water has gotten 10 times better, but we got several million gallons in storage that's got to be pushed out in order to make room for all the clean water. But everything has been addressed. I've got a chemical guy been here for 2 weeks, just trying to get our water. Without that big clarifier, we don't have no settling time. So we're having to come up with a chemical that grab a hold of that flock and sink it in a hurry. And he's working at it. He's been here 2 weeks. We've changed chemicals 2 or 3, 4 times. The stuff that Joe run for 20 years does not work. We got some bad samples on it. I had a TOC come back bad.
What's that? What's TOC?
It's a state. We do several samples a month for DEQ. TOCs, back tees. They test for chlorine. I mean, they test everything. We send them 10 to 12 samples a month. But I mean, as far as the clarifier getting fixed, it's a $230,000 job. They've accepted the bid. We're on their calendar, is all they say. They said they got $15 million worth of business ahead of us.
Who's they? Who's the contractor?
Superior.
Superior?
Yeah. But I mean, it's nothing you can just jump in here and do. I mean, it's a dedicated process.
We just wanted to know.
Yeah. I mean,
how much longer? So you said
the guy told me 16 to 20 weeks, up to 16 to 20 weeks. It's the same company that's going to fix our clarifier and the filter. It's the same company.
Is the reason you're using them is just because they're the only ones?
They're the ones that did our immediate job back in June. They were the only ones that showed up and took the job. So of course they got our business. I mean, they come out here and gave us a bid just like that. Can't get nobody else. We've tried. Engineers tried.
What type of contractor do you need to do this job?
Well, they do like overhead tower storages, rehabs on filter beds, clarifier cleanings, rehabs.
Well, the only reason I ask that is because I work with Carlton Landing a lot.
Yeah.
I work for Comish Electric, and
yeah.
they have some people out there working on their water system right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same people.
Well, see, that's another thing. The manager that was here, he ran here for 30 years. He was able to save a little money, but in the process of saving money, there was a lot of neglect that went on.
Sure.
This plant was built in the 60s. It does need updated. It was built for 600 customers. We're pushing over 3,000. I mean, we're doing our best. Right here for our intake water is, and this little cut right here, it's like 12 foot deep. So anytime we get a flood, water can go looking like chocolate milk. And I'm doing my best with 1 clarifier and 3 filters to filter that water before it goes to our overhead storages. Yeah, I know everybody's getting a little water, dirty water, and I'm sorry about that. I mean, it's been addressed. We're doing the best we can at trying to fix the problems. For the last 2 weeks, water's been great. I mean, I've got people that's complained for months, calling and telling me, you know, thank you for, you know, this and that, you know, staying on top of things.
Hang on, let me see that. The water has not been great. It looks just like chocolate
Well,
syrup.
you gotta understand, there is.
This is the water
yes,
that
I've
is
seen
in
that.
our bathtubs.
I've seen that, yes, I understand that.
This is what we have
I
to drink.
understand that,
But you said
okay?
it'd been
We
great.
know.
You just said it had been great. It's not
For the
great.
past 10 days here, we've got to push through 1 million gallons of storage.
Right.
So what,
And it's not gonna get instant better overnight.
yeah, hey, we're not here to beat you guys
No,
up.
no, no.
Well, that's
I
what
know.
it feels like.
No, no.
I know.
No, it's
appreciate
not.
it.
I
We're
mean-
not here to beat you up. We just want, when you say it's great, it's not great.
Well,
That's
I know
why
it's not.
everybody's
The water
here.
leaving the plant now is what I said, is great.
Okay.
So
Wait,
what
is
are
this-
the things that, I mean,
Is this the plan?
what are the things that could be done or that can be done, you know, to help you guys, you know,
Grants.
get from point A to point B? Well, I'm not a grant writer.
Well, I
wish I
know,
was.
I know. We need grant money.
We all wish
need,
you were.
We need money to expand the
Have you
plant,
talked
to
have you guys, when you
update.
said senator, have you talked to Senator Hamilton?
Uh,
Senator Hamilton would be the person in this
Senator,
area. Mullins?
Tim Turner.
Tim Turner.
Yeah.
Okay. Tim
State
Turner, he's the
representative,
representative.
sorry,
He is
yeah.
over, he's on the utility committee.
Yeah.
So he could help us. There's
Yeah.
no doubt about that. And I can talk to him. I have
I mean,
contact with him.
And I want to say, sir, that I'm a county commissioner and I will help you with those grants.
well, I appreciate you.
I
appreciate you.
That's what and I'll even help you do some maintenance work if we can.
I got
Anyway,
Choctaws coming on the 14th or 13th to
sir.
try to help us.
I was
Yes,
gonna say,
sir.
the Choctaw Nation
Okay,
would probably
and,
love
but,
to get
I
involved.
knew that the money might not, and I contacted the
Yeah.
Indians.
So
And
I
they
stepped
said
into
they would
this.
be more than happy to
Yeah.
help with some of that.
Our manager died, it's been here 30 years. I stepped into this 3 months ago.
Yes, sir.
And I'm just trying to get everything fixed that I can fix.
I understand that, and I just want you to know that you call me.
Okay,
I got grant writer and stuff, and we will work, do our
Well, I
best to
appreciate
help
it.
you with any money.
I appreciate it.
I have a question.
What you got?
Other than dirt, what is in this water?
We've got several contractors that contract for Cross, any others, other companies. I mean, they're hitting us every day.
Because they had a deal on, we get Oklahoma City stations. And they had a deal on Oklahoma City station that if anybody was concerned about anybody's water, you could get on this website and go down and put in your zip code or put in Haskell County water, is what I did. And they said in 2024 that you passed the legal limits of infiltrates. But in 2023, there was 12 that was way beyond the legal limit.
Well,
So
yeah,
how's it doing
yeah.
now?
Well, like I said, we've got issues.
Because I'm on chemo, and I have to drink the water, and so now we can't drink the water. We have to go and get stuff.
Well,
So
I
that's
mean-
just what I want to know, what to expect.
It's gonna
what's
get
in it.
better. It's just gonna take time. I mean, that's all I can tell you.
So,
I mean,
is the water safe to drink?
we have not got any boil orders yet. The state, like I said, they come out here and test 10 to 12 samples a month.
Are you drinking the water?
Yes, sir. I drink it every day. Yeah, I can go out there and get you a sample right now in my kitchen sink. That's crystal clear.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear out of my
Yeah,
sink too.
it's
but
getting
there
better.
are some floaters. I
Well,
mean, and I
it's
will
getting
admit,
better.
It is better.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe further down the line, it might be worse. I don't know.
I mean,
Well, it comes out clear, but once it sets for 15 minutes, it's
Well, that's-
there's mud at the
yeah.
bottom.
well, there is flock carryover. That's what I'm saying about detention time on that small clarifier. We've lost that big one. We ain't got no detention time at all. I mean, it's literally the carryover's coming over so quick, you can't grab a hold of it and sink it fast enough to stay in compliance. This man right here, he knows all about water too.
Oh, I do, but the only thing is, if you have that kind of carryover, I highly doubt that your disinfection process is working.
Well, we got DEQ gonna be here Friday at 10 a.m. and
Well, I
they're
was about to
gonna,
say, Bill, is oh, y'all take, what, 3 back teas a month?
6.
6 back teas a month? Y'all spread them out every 2 a week? 2 a week?
2 to 3 a week.
Okay, but about
I
to say,
mean,
the thing is though, is you're still not gonna catch it. I'm just worried that when I see this stuff here, I mean, that would throw flags up for anyone.
well, I mean, like I said, I mean, DEQ gets samples of it all.
Well, that's what I'm about to say. I'm amazed they didn't tell y'all, I mean, honestly, for like a voluntary boil order for something like this, because I mean, I hate to tell people.
And there could possibly be a boil order.
I mean, 'cause
in the
I mean,
future.
I just hate that. I wouldn't really want my people to drink something like that and tell them that it's safe, because I seen the post here a while back that nothing's in the water.
Oh, that's false.
Well, the thing is, well, I mean,
That's
yeah, no,
There's no
parasites.
parasites or anything that can kill your children
You already,
in this water.
and cryptozoarium are parasites. And that's what gets in the surface water. It's in all surface water.
Yep,
They
you're right.
don't get pulled out within it. And honestly, disinfection don't work real good on them. We know that.
Well,
So you gotta pull them out
Can't kill it.
chemically. Yeah, but so you gotta pull it out chemically, filter it out. And that's the reason why when y'all lost one clarifier, y'all lost half your plant.
Right.
That was a
And the-
major break there.
And we just lost the filter, so now we can't even,
Well, see, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
And the only thing I'm really worried about though is when you tell me 16 to 20 weeks,
that's,
that's summertime.
yep, you're right.
And if people don't know now, if they think there's a problem now, wait 3 months, it's gonna be a whole lot worse issue.
Well, I mean, that's a possibility too.
Well, I
That's
mean,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
It's gonna get hot and the, you
And
know
things-
what the lake does when it
there's,
gets hot.
well, not just that, but about to say the flow's gonna go up. If y'all can't keep up with the flow now with the system you got going, it's gonna be low pressure to no pressure for a lot of people out there. And, I mean, I know y'all supposed to be hooked up. I don't know if y'all still able to buy off Longtown.
no,
No?
no,
Y'all depend on Stigler only?
yep.
Well, we know where that's gonna go.
Longtown ain't even setting any meters right now. They can't, they couldn't help us if we
That's
had
what
the
I'm about to say.
water.
Well, that same thing happened to Longtown though. I was about to
Yeah.
say, so they lost their, their director over the plant. He died and they lost their number one.
Yeah.
And after that, Longtown ain't been good ever since. And
Well,
I feel
everything
sorry
here at
for
this
y'all.
plant is old, from the sixties, everything.
I honestly ain't gonna lie to you. I feel sorry if I knew what you was walking into, because I talked to Joe
Yep.
prior to this.
Yep.
I tried to convince him long before because he thought that that plant at that end of the county was gonna be a
Yeah.
saving grace, and it's
Yeah.
not.
Well, see, the thing about it is that clarifier was down, it's been down for a year. And
That's
nothing
yes,
there's been more done since the manager passed away as far as getting
That's-
things done than he done in the past 2 years.
That's honestly, I mean, I appreciate that, and I understand that completely, and I'm glad y'all finally getting there.
Yeah.
But the only thing
This
I just kind of want to question
was today.
is how did we let this plant get to this level? And I mean, I know it was Joe running it, but how did the board or anybody just let it get to this level
Well,
where
here-
it was kind of
Here's the thing. The old manager, didn't do stuff by the books. He had
Well-
his way of doing things.
Well-
He didn't want to fix nothing.
I know, and the thing is, I know
I mean-
some of the. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had an idea on some test results because
Yep.
I've seen better results out of
You're
my
right.
water
You're
from
right.
y'all's testing than I could from my
But
testing.
since
things.
I've took it over, all the sampling has been legit. I go to people's houses out and they're all legit. They can come test my work anytime they want to. Like I told DEQ today, I'm not trying to hide nothing.
That's,
You're more than welcome to come out here anytime you want to. But you're gonna have to give us time. I mean,
Well, can I make a recommendation?
Yes, sir.
To you and the board, and I'm not a water plant expert, but I do have a lot of experience with different types of problems. And it sounds like from this, you're gonna have a lot of people looking at this, you're gonna have a lot of eyes on this.
oh yeah, yeah.
If you don't have a plan and a list of every issue that you have,
Mhm.
and, a risk management plan, you desperately need a risk
Oh,
management
yeah.
plan.
Yeah.
And because, if I call Tim Turner and Senator Hamilton and they come out here and talk to you, that's one of the first things they're gonna ask is,
Yeah.
what is your plan? What do you
Yeah.
need? How can I help you?
Well,
And I would want you to
Yeah.
be prepared for that. 'Cause,
Exactly
I
right.
don't know those
Well, see-
things, and I believe that you stepped into a
Yeah,
mess.
a
I believe
mess.
that 100%.
we contacted DEQ today and I asked them to come out here Friday and point me in the right direction. I mean, help us out.
Yeah.
I'll put
I mean,
DEQ sometimes ain't the best at trying to point you in the right
well,
direction.
who else do I call?
ORWA, if you can get a field rep out here, sometimes they're pretty intelligent. I mean, that's
ORWA.
Oklahoma
Rural Water
Resources. They got-
Association, yeah.
They got circuit riders.
They stop by here on a regular.
So what can we do to help you
You can
besides
flush,
that?
I mean,
This is out
flush your
of date.
lines. I mean, like I said, it's got good water behind it. It's just got to push. We got over 500 miles of line that not everybody draws on every day. You got people that dead in the lines where the water sits for a month at a time. You got all these lake houses around here they don't draw water period through the summer months or through the winter months. I'm sorry. They'll come in through the summer months. We'll draw some water, but them lines sit for so long they're going to get dirty. Stuff draws to the dead end points.
But if we draw through ours every single day,
It's going to get dirty. That's all I can tell you.
So you
I
have
mean,
sufficient supply that if we all go and turn on the garden hose and start running water,
No,
we're okay?
no, can't do
That's
that
what I was
either.
afraid
Yeah.
of.
We've
Yeah.
only got 1 million gallon storage.
That's what I thought.
I mean, you deplete it, then people ain't gonna have no water.
How
Right.
many gallons of water do you have to treat per day to keep up with?
Well, right now I'm doing about 400 gallons a minute. And that's just because we get the clarifier and the filter fixed, I'll crank it up to 850. And we'll really push the water out. But right now, running on half a plant, I'm 400
That's
gallons a
half a
minute.
million gallons a day right there, what you're going
Yeah.
on.
Hey,
But
I just
if you're that, you should have your turnover in your tank within 3 days.
Right.
Easy, cleaned
Yeah.
out.
we got these letters in the mail, March 27th, 2024, that tells on here.
Yeah, that's
Department-
old violations, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it said on there, it specifically says about if you have an immune deficiency disorder, don't drink the water. If you have any kind of other
Well, here's the thing,
illnesses.
y'all don't have to drink the water.
I know,
mean,
but I'm just
we
saying,
have to
but
pay
we
for
are
it.
saying is though,
Yeah.
my
Yeah, we don't
son,
have to drink it, but we have to pay
No,
for
you
it.
don't.
That's
We can pull your meter, you don't have to pay nothing. You
That's
can
not-
drill your
well,
well.
There you go.
There you go.
What good does,
Wait just a minute.
what good does a smart ass remark you
I'm not
do?
being a smart ass, I'm
That's
telling you
smart.
the truth.
Well, that was pretty smart.
Yes,
That's
yes.
Hey,
Well-
hey,
That's
hold
not-
on.
that's not a
The
solution.
people that works here, the board, we all have the same water that y'all have.
Yeah.
We want to have good water, and we have got a plan to try to bring it up, but when you contractors, you don't find, a bunch of contractors that does the kind, we can't do the work, we don't have the material, you gotta get contractors that has the material, the equipment
Yeah.
to do this work, and you probably don't have
Gotta be registered
three
with the state.
contractors in the state of Oklahoma that do it.
Why's it taking so
Okay,
long to
But
get
we
it?
got, and which I say, we've already notified
The
them.
contractors
Come
fix
and
water
do it.
leaks too?
Pardon?
The contractors fix water leaks too?
If
Or
they
is that you
cause it.
guys? Huh?
If the contractor causes it, they'll try to fix it.
We
if
had
they
one
can't.
that 3 years over here
Yeah.
on 20 acres at Point Turnoff. You couldn't even mow the hay on it. Couldn't
Yeah.
even pick up the hay, couldn't mow the
Yeah.
hay.
Oh,
And
yeah,
we
there's,
wouldn't hire a lawyer in Oklahoma City
yeah,
to start suing people.
yeah,
But the next day it was finally taken care of. My dad
Yeah,
called me and
imagine that,
complained
yeah.
every day for.
yeah.
That wasn't my question though. My question was, it's not about drinking the water, that has nothing to do with it. My son has immune deficiency disorder though. I actually do his medical work from my house. I don't take him to the hospital. He has ports in his stomach. Is the water clean enough for my son to take a shower in and me not have to be worried about him getting an infection in the holes in his stomach?
If you're that
That's
worried
not
about it, I mean, really, if you're that concerned about it, I wouldn't drink the water if you're that concerned about it. I mean,
But I'm not asking
I mean-
about drinking, I'm asking about taking a shower. Like how is he supposed to take a shower if the water's too dirty to take a shower in the water that you're giving him?
well, I mean, it's, like I said, it's gonna get better. We just gotta get time to do it. I can only make so much water I get,
And I
an
get
hour.
that. I'm not saying,
I
I'm not saying
understand.
it.
I
I'm just
understand.
saying if
Yeah.
you think
I
that
got
it's
my
a
tractor
hazard,
brush
like I
hog
need to know those
stuck in
things.
a ditch in
Yeah.
Kinta
Huh?
Well,
over 8 years ago, and I called over here over
Or I would
and
check
over
with
and
your
over
doctor
again,
and ask
and
him.
actually just said, stop calling.
Yes.
Yeah, you
We
didn't
know
have
it's
to.
That's what
broke.
I'm asking.
We
We
had-
know it's
we
not,
had-
it's
we
never
had-
been fixed, it's
Fired.
still not fixed.
Are you even on our water?
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Under what name?
Billy Cloud,
Okay.
yes. 8 years ago, I got my tractor and brush hog stuck. We called over here over and over.
Well, that was
Finally,
8
Ashley
years
told me-
ago.
I-
mean-
It's not fixed, it's still broke.
Well,
That's what I'm
I mean-
saying. Ashley told me to stop calling. They know it's broke.
Well, we
got
had
it.
no idea.
Stop calling.
That's not why your water's brown.
No,
it's
I know
not.
that, but
We're not talking about that. It's wasteful water.
It's waste of water, and we don't have. If everything's broken and down, we don't need to waste water. We need to conserve water.
We can only,
we,
That looks good.
it's contracted that,
That looks good
had them
compared to what
cables
normally looks
across.
That was just
One
pulled
day, they had
and
to
they're
line
setting
3
at the bottom
times
of
in
it.
one day. And these fellas are out, trying to, fix these things. We don't leave something to do either, maybe we,
But if they're not
some of them's
getting,
hard to find.
but
Some
if
of
the
them's hard to find.
employees aren't getting the messages to fix the water and know where the breaks are, they can't fix it. And there's no reason why we wasted 8 years of water at somewhere that should have been fixed. I mean, dead August, and you got a puddle of water out there as big as this room, standing.
Yeah, by what turnoff, it was the same
Same
thing.
way, sir.
It was filling up 3 acres worth of land we couldn't even cut hay off of. And it was running nonstop for 3 full years. And we called all the time, nobody come out to fix it. I've got a septic system right across the road
We got a
that's
different,
backfilling right now and running out of my septic system. I'm fixing to put a new $10,000 unit in, and I was told I'm trying to read meters.
we, I'd say last, after the manager passed away, we've had to change things and do things different. We got a young man right here that works in the field. If he knows about a leak, I guarantee he's gonna be out there.
Well, I called Ashley last Monday, and then I called again Tuesday. I got a septic person come in and put a new unit in this house across the road. Yep. And there's water, literally. I put new lateral lines in 2 years ago when I bought the house. Never had a problem with it. Been dry, everything's been looking good. Right across from Rhonda Few's house over here. Well, now the ditches are soaking wet. I've got water running out of my septic tank. The house has been empty since June. I had it emptied in June. I got receipts to prove that I had drain masters come out from Bacola and empty my septic tank. Now I've got water running out of my septic tank down the ditches right across the road, which ends up in Eufaula. I own a rock quarry up the road here, and I have to do water samples twice a year to make sure as far as TSS, suspended solids, and mercury. So I was just told that we got meters to run and other things to do. And it's just been 1 day, Jeff. And okay, I got $10,000 I'm fixing to spend on a new septic system. If I don't have to spend $10,000 on a new system, then is there a water leak? Because the whole area is just running water down the hill. Yesterday I checked when it's dry and warm outside. I got a steady flow of water coming out of my septic system.
Yeah, everything.
Which technically did cause a problem getting you followed up. But
I mean, it's
I understand that.
all there is real
Yeah, I'm just trying to talk loud enough for everybody here. But I'm fixing to spend 10 grand. That's my deal. So if I spend 10 grand putting a unit in there and I found out there's a water leak, are y'all gonna reimburse me my $10,000 I had to spend on a new septic system?
We will do what we can, but we'll see, look into it.
Okay, 'cause I got it
Legally, if we can do that legally,
Well, sometimes they just give me time.
Do you guys need more employees in your opinion?
Wait,
it's on the agenda.
but you can't tell people. You got people
Good
start a
work, it's
pot.
on the agenda. Yes, we do.
Yes, that's not enough employees even.
I do have another question.
I agree with you.
Over south of Crossroads, I don't know what county road that is, but there's a big water tank above ground over there. I'm sure y'all guys know where it's at. It's constantly flowing water. Is there no way to shut that off? That's county water flowing into that tank, fill it up. But there's a relief valve at the very top of it. It's just non-stop flows, 24/7. You can grab it right now, it's probably flowing. It's not rainwater, it's county water that fills that tank up. There's no float to stop it when it gets full.
Where's this at?
It's
The
south of
concrete
County Road,
tank.
Crossroads.
What?
The concrete tank.
Big old concrete tank.
Yeah,
up there.
it's valved off. I mean, there's enough water seeping by that valve. Apparently, it's keeping the tank full, but it's shut off.
Well, how's it overflowing then?
Like I said, the valves got all that stuff in the ground's been in the ground since the '60s, man. I mean,
I get that.
you
but
can't
we
get
don't-
it to close.
That's my deal. I mean,
But that's valved off. There shouldn't
I
even.
drove by yesterday, it's flowing.
Yeah.
It ain't just no little stream either, it's
Yeah.
flowing.
So can I ask one question? I used to manage a help desk. Do y'all have any kind of software where when people call in, the trouble ticket goes into some sort of a system and it's followed up with and it's never lost that way? You have a record of it, like if you fix it and it comes in next month, you can look at the history. Do y'all have any kind of software? Okay.
We just make our work order.
Can I ask one
Hard
thing?
copy?
When's the last time a water loss audit was done? I mean, how much water do y'all figure you're losing?
You know what I'm talking about, it's right
Cause that right there is gonna be the whole budget.
green block out right there.
Yeah, right there by that caddy corner trailer house.
Yeah, that blue block right
Hasn't been figured.
That's what I'm about to say, I mean, all finance, everything else, I mean, if you got 40 or 50% water loss, it's gonna blow your budget out of the water, you can't afford to fix anything because half your products are.
It's catch-22. You need to get it fixed to have the money. You
That's,
need the money to get it
that still
fixed.
is, you gotta spend the money to
Catch-22.
put it back in, but the problem is if the water's going on the ground, you'll never get ahead, cause
There you go.
it puts your plan at stress, it puts your system at stress, puts your budget at stress, the water hitting the ground, it's just.
Unless it gets with Billy
Yeah,
Cloud and
money.
maybe Billy
I mean,
can get
it's-
some
Yeah,
grants or
and I mean,
get
I ain't
some
gonna lie,
help.
that's gonna be one of the first things that they're gonna look for whenever you start getting funding from the state and all, is gonna be water loss audits. Cause I mean, they wanna know if they can get their money back.
And that's something else. We're not set up on SCADA system at all. We've got to drive to everything to see it with our own eyes.
That would make, I mean, that would make a world of difference
Oh,
for
yeah,
you, but,
yeah.
I mean, running the gauge, you can run the gauge, but, I mean, it can be done.
Yeah.
There are federal grants for the automation stuff.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm trying to get them right now. I
But
mean,
that could take a year
Yeah.
to get them in and maybe another
Well,
year to get it
that's-
done. So in the meantime, everybody
We
would
still
just
got-
have to be patient and know he's working on it, you know?
I've only been doing this, I've stepped into Joe's job 3.5 months ago. And when I stepped into it, it was already a mess. I'm doing my best, people, I really am. I hate, I'm not, yeah, I'm getting aggravated because everybody's looking at me like I'm doing my job wrong, you know? I'm busted, I'm working 16-hour days out here, people. I mean,
I ain't
it's,
gonna lie to you, I mean, I know the board public, listen, but Dillizo, it ain't a one-man job just
it
running
is
one
not,
thing.
you're right about
Yeah, I mean,
that.
right now, cause
You're
Dillizo,
right.
you're 7 days a week,
Yep.
16 hours a day, middle of the night, all off.
I'm working 50 hours overtime every 2 weeks.
Yes. And
You know,
I
I'm
mean,
not
that-
getting to see my kids or
It
my
eats you, it
family.
eats you up, and eventually you get kind of
You're right.
burnt where stuff
Yeah.
starts slipping, cause that's human nature. So, I mean, that's one of the things I'd like for people to actually take into consideration for the guy, cause
Yeah.
he is
I'm
a
trying, I really
And I
am.
will say that straight up, I mean, I know
We've
what,
got more accomplished since he died, you know, just as far as getting things repaired.
one of the main things is just actually identifying where the problems are, so
You're
you
right.
can start on.
You're right.
I appreciate that,
Yeah.
honestly, I really do. And I feel sorry, cause that clarifier, I know it's been, a clarifier's been an issue for a long time.
You're right.
And I kept telling them
Yep.
that,
And
but,
he should have called as soon as it went down. Why did he wait 3.5 years? He had to
I
die,
got a
and then
question.
Mary
Are
had to
you-
call him.
First of all, my name's Andy Eckel.
Okay.
What's your name?
James Burns.
James what?
Burns,
Burns.
B-U-R-N-S.
So have you filled the manager position here? Or
Yes.
So you are the new manager?
Yes.
Okay, you're the manager.
Yep.
Okay. And then who are the board members?
I'm one,
Okay. Okay.
and I'd like to add, I live in Clinton, and I'm also a trustee over there at Clinton.
Okay.
We test our water twice a month, every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We have tested negative for E. coli, we have tested negative, absent for any parasites, whatever. We do have issues with our water being cloudy from time to time over there, but like he said,
It's
he has
our
stepped
intake.
into a situation
Sure.
that he's having to do his very best to catch up and to improve his system. I do drink the water,
You would not believe
but
how much
I
paperwork
have a
is involved in this
filtration
job.
system under my kitchen
paperwork.
sink. I've got a little deal that's attached to my supply line underneath my kitchen sink that filters it. I would highly suggest, if anybody's concerned about what's in your water, you can get them at Lowe's. They're very inexpensive. Attach them to your sinks.
Yeah.
And for the one- the
can I
lady-
make I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry, but I know you guys have a board meeting to get to, and honestly, I don't mean to speak for everybody in here, but I think you guys see our concern.
Yes, sir.
You understand
Yes,
our
sir.
concern, and we see that
Uh,
there's a lot of
yeah,
problems.
yeah.
So, I mean, I've heard enough and seen enough to
Right.
understand where you guys are at.
I'll be glad to give
What
everybody a walkthrough
Well,
here.
that would
I
be
mean-
great. I would love to do that sometime,
Okay.
not tonight.
Yeah.
But, I mean, my recommendation is gonna be that, you guys get a plan together
Yep.
that's concrete, that we can all look at, that we can all see. And then maybe the next board meeting, you can post that on the board meeting or whatever, communicate that to the rest of us so that we would
Right.
know.
Yep.
And we can see the steps that you're
Yep.
taking.
Exactly.
And because we're behind you, we want to help. I mean, you've heard other people, you've heard
Right,
Mr. Cloud say he wants to help. So, anyway,
I appreciate
we
it,
could
man. I
stand here
really
and
do.
gripe at you all night. And all that's going to do is
Right.
get you more upset, and we don't want to do that.
Hey.
Because we
And I
understand.
apologize, people.
No.
I really do. I'm
No,
sorry.
you got a
I mean-
stressful job.
Hey,
so.
and can I just say, it took years for this water company to get in this mess. Please be patient. It's gonna take them years to get out.
Well, the only
6
thing I'll
months,
say to
solid.
that,
I
and
mean,
this,
yeah.
and I don't mean this in a rude way, but that is true. But that was the board's responsibility to make sure those types of things didn't happen. There's a manager, right? But the board is over the manager, and they should have looked at the books. They should have looked at the stuff. They should have made sure that things were being taken care of properly. And I'm not trying to say you guys did a bad job. Maybe you didn't know. I don't know. But,
A lot of times
but
they
that
don't
is
know.
the board's responsibility
Yeah.
to be the oversight for this whole place. So
A lot of
anyway,
times they're just
I
nice
appreciate you
people
guys.
trying to help
You
out.
gotta
you
take
guys
into
have a great day. I'm gonna
consideration
get out of here.
for the us
Thank you
two
for your time.
Yeah,
positions.
thank you.
Hey,
for your
It
time.
rotates every 2 years.
Hey, yeah.
Well, and a
Thank
lot
you, sir.
of it, y'all don't know.
Yes.
I know you. I know you. I know you. We're behind you. We'll help you. any way we
I'm sorry I
can.
lost my cool there for
You're
a
good.
minute.
You're good. You're in a stressful
Thank you.
situation.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate
Thank you.
everything you do. I appreciate it.
Okay.
So it's getting in a better direction, getting through
Thank
now.
you so much. Thank you. I have full confidence.
We're working on it.
All right. Y'all want this door shut? Keep the cold out?
Yes,
Get cold out
please.
here.
It's fine.
Oops.
Well, all we can do is take it one day at a time.
One day at a time.
Well,
Rome wasn't built in a day.
We talked to the contractor yesterday.
it'd be great if we could get a contractor, you know, yesterday, we want to, but the contractors are just not
We're
out
at the
there.
mercy of the contractors. And
Exactly.
unfortunately, that's just the way it is. You know, when we had to have work done over at Quentin on our water tower in, what was it, 19, we were at the mercy of the company that we hired to come in and do it. They told us they'd be out in 4 weeks, and it ended up being, what,
A lot longer than.
almost 6 months, wasn't it? So unfortunately, you're at the mercy of contractors, and there's
Well,
nothing.
that's the thing about it, of course, you know, we've already proved, you know, that the money to get it done, we just trying to get the contractors here to get it done.
And
And our
If we could just get
architect,
the
our
contractor.
architect has to be involved in it.
And, yeah, that's the thing right now, though, with the holdup is just get the contractor. And, you know, it's work that we can't do it here with employees here. You have to have a contractor, you got the equipment to do it.
Is there any way somebody can help you, Kenneth?
I don't know that they would be, because they have to know what they're
Have to have
doing.
license and.
They have to be
They have to
insured and
know what-
bonded
they have to know
and all
what they're
that.
doing, that other things, it'd be great if, you know, if it was that way, if it could, but I don't think in the regulations we're under, I don't think it would be.
There may come a time when, you know, something like that could happen.
Well, that's all I'm here. I ain't here to complain. I don't drink their water every day, but, you know, I'm just here to.
Well, like I say, we've approved the money, everything you do out here is expensive.
Oh, everything.
Just make coffee and then that way you can't see
This
anything.
plant's 60 years old, and it's running, there's nothing automated, everything's manual. It's not like the new plants, and,
That's one reason why Joe was saving money, was in plans to build a new water plant down the road.
yeah,
Well, that never came to
that was
fruition.
his plan, but we, now we got things we gotta fix, and we just, let's say, waiting on the contractor to do it. Yeah, like I say, you know, we get the same water that everyone else gets, you know, and we want people to have good water. That's something we want, but it's just something that, I'd say we wish the contractors had been here yesterday, but they're not. And
Well, if I can help you in some way, y'all call.
we appreciate it.
Okay,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you. Thank
See you later.
Okay. Did I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll make the motion to approve.
Second.
Yes. Okay, I guess the next is new business. You got that, Mary?
This week I'll put it under new business. No. Hey, did you have anything?
I did not.
No, I went ahead and put it on 5 and 6.
Okay, we want to go to number 5 here on the, this is the full-time employees. I'm assuming that to give them 5 days of sick leave each year. it cannot be, carried over. If it, well, see what y'all think about that.
Well, everybody's gonna get sick from time to time, or sometimes people just needs a day off.
Well,
Get away from stuff like that.
Well, we get a week a year of vacation. That's what we get.
Wow.
I mean, when you work here, I worked here 8 years, and I still get a week. I think it's not too much to ask for.
That's not on the agenda, that's not on the agenda, but we're gonna talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something, but this is something we're gonna, we'll have to get that on the agenda.
So this is just 5 days for a calendar year.
For a calendar year. And they can't carry it over.
So that will be, how many employees do we have? Of course, it's number 6, of course, we're going to be the next one, but,
We've got 2, 4, 5, 6 employees.
6 employees and thinking about getting another one, is that right?
Yeah.
For y'all out in the field. Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve number 5?
I move we approve it.
Second.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, the next, number 6 is, on the employment of Cooper Oaks. I think Mary said that he had worked here once before, and, they, at times, they need another hand, and this would help the boys out in the field.
Well, we have lost an employee.
Tom retired, right?
Yeah.
Tom Alverson he's not able to work here anymore, physically.
And this will be, his hand will be working for Jake.
Okay. Well, I'll make the motion to approve them.
Second.
Yes. Any legal report?
Well, I might say that David Wyatt is our engineer. He's with Wyatt, Dolan, Butler. They're a good engineering firm and they've worked for us for many years. David is glad to hear from us and to work with us. He has submitted required requests for proposals on the nuclear fire. We had to take 2. We had 2 submitted. Superior was the lowest and best bid, and we took that at the meeting, one meeting ago. Mary Quick is our interim manager, and I think James is the manager for the plant, and Jacob, are you the manager for the field?
Yes, ma'am.
And we have called Superior. I think Mary has requested and signed the commitment. And being the lowest and best bid and only receiving the required 2, they are about how many weeks behind on getting to us?
He has not contacted me and told me that.
But from the engineer, there are several weeks behind. We have all of our required DEQ tests submitted. If there's any violation, they require us to notify. If there ever is a boil order, we'll have to notify for that. So we're doing that timely and as we're supposed to. We have financial strength. We're in good shape financially. Unfortunately, we're behind on repairs, but we've taken those steps to do that. I'm very proud of the board for coming to the meetings and approving a new clarifier. I'm proud of Mary for trying to see what we can do. David Wyatt with the engineering firm is working with us, and he will see that the lowest and best bidder, Superior, works with us as quickly as we can. So I don't have any legal port beyond that. We do need a new office, and we've known that for years. But we have to address the needs of the people first. And so producing drinkable water, which we are, is number 1 priority. producing clear water should be a goal, but it's not number one, but it is our goal. So when we get the new clarifier, we'll be in much better position. And we've taken all the steps and we have the funding to do that. It's just like going to a medical specialist. Sometimes there are only a few who do this kind of work in southeastern Oklahoma, and you have to look to those to do the bidding. And I think we've done that, and we've taken those steps, and I'm proud of the board, since Mr. Harmon passed away, to have recognized the need and to have taken those steps. Are there any questions from those who are in this room about what I just said? I think we all acknowledge that. I thank the board members for their attendance. And I thank those who are trying to step in, and James, who stepped out of the room, for trying to meet the needs. When we have a really cold weather spell, we have a lot of broken lines. I think we have over 3,000 meters. We were in the process when Mr. Harmon died of trying to do automated meters. And if we could continue to try to do that, that would help greatly. It's not for lack of funding. Grants would be nice. All help is appreciated if it's an area that we can take advantage of it, but licensing is one requirement.
Yes.
So I'm pleased that everyone has stepped up. We really miss Joe. He gave us good reports every month. He was doing what he could, but with his passing, it's become apparent we need to take more steps.
Yep.
And we'll do that. Questions? Anyone? I thank you.
Okay, what about the manager's report?
Well, I can tell you that this water came from a long ways from this plant, because they have corrected the filter. Now, it made us make less water, but it stopped the leaking of where they broke it. That's what was getting in our water and making it look like this. And we didn't find that for 6 months.
Look at what?
Because it was covered up. And when they did find it, they turned that filter off. And I don't have a picture of, we had a boy down here that had worse water than that. I mean, he complained every day, twice a day. But after we corrected the filter, turned it off, it wasn't but about 3 or 4 days until he sent us a picture of crystal clear water. But this water, I think, came from Kinta. It took how long to go from here to Kinta? It's got to flush out of, it's got to flush out of our system.
Right.
So it will clear up. It'll just be a while.
Of course, you know, they talk about in the past, you know, of course, like I say, this plant is 60 years old, and it's running 100% capacity. When the plant was built, they had 700 customers. This plant was sitting there probably running 25% with 2 clarifiers and all the filters. Now we've got 1 clarifier and 3 filters, and we're running 100%, 24 hours a day.
Right.
So I know I can understand. You know, I realize that. Of course, my water was a little dingy too, but we are working on it. We're doing.
Yes, I just haven't paid that much attention.
I mean, it's not very often, but it does happen, and we can have a leak in Quentin, and if it's on my side of the town, it's going to affect my water on my side of the town, and it's going to take sometimes a minimum of 24 hours to get the lines flushed back out to where our water's clear again. I get their aggravation, but they've also got to understand we're doing the best that we can. And when you just have 6 employees
Working for thousands.
working for thousands and thousands of customers. It's not like I said, Rome's not built in a day. They're gonna have to try to be patient and let these gentlemen do the best that they
And
can.
like I say, this contractor down this cable in, they don't care whether they hit the line or not.
No.
And like I say, one time I know Jake can tell you they hit it 3 times in one day, in a 1 mile section. So, and they're out there working, and sometimes leaks are hard to find, especially if it's a rainy weather.
I mean, we've had a county grading some of our roads hit one of our water lines, and I mean, you might be lucky. He might actually call it in and say, "Hey, I nicked one of your water lines." But then again, we've had them just drive off, and then the citizen call it in and say, "Hey, you've got a water leak here."
The water on the right, is that from this right here, or is that from the same
From
place?
across the road,
Oh, okay.
and that's today.
Looks good to me.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I drink the water every day, but like I said,
This here is,
From today, he pulled it during the meeting.
this here is one that came from Kinta.
I guess, I don't know where it came, there was a lot of
Villages to play.
in and
Yeah,
out.
I think that's come from.
but like I said, I have a filter underneath my sink in my bathroom in my kitchen. They're really inexpensive. If people's really, I mean, if they're concerned, they can go buy those filters, and it filters your water before it comes out your faucet.
Okay, and also, I'm asking for a raise for James.
Sounds like he needs it.
And that's the one that was sitting here, right? Okay.
He has, in 6 months, and mostly it started when they replaced that filter medium, because that's when they broke the pipe that leaked. He has put in some hours,
Sound like it.
and he's gonna continue to until that clear fire out there's fixed. And he don't seem to mind. I mean, I'm sure he does, but I'm just asking y'all to let me give James a raise. I'll have to figure out some price.
Well, you see more than we do, so I figure,
He's
why don't you
busy all
just
the
take care
time.
of it?
He's busy all the time out there.
Why don't you just take care of it?
What we're trying to go to here is a 3 departments. In other words, have a field department, a plant department, and an office department. We would have 3 people over
So you'd have 3 department heads.
Yeah.
Kinda like what we do in town.
Right.
That, I think that's, in my opinion, the best way to go. And they, you know,
They have their own
they'll
specific.
handle, you know, in other words, Jake be in the field, he will, have hands working for him. He will be able to report to us and everything, and each department will have a head. Mayor will be here in the office.
Now, the guy that took Tom's place, can he kinda float and help wherever, I guess?
Yeah.
'Cause I know Tom just kinda just read meters, didn't he?
He did, but, Cooper can,
Do everything.
he can go all day.
And run equipment, I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, if you need him out there, if you need him
Yeah.
in here, wherever, I mean, just
He can.
snag him either way.
Yeah, I'm sure they can all work together. I don't think there's any problem there. I'll make a motion that we give Mary the authority to give James a raise.
Second.
I'll second.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot of responsibility James has.
Exactly.
People still out there yelling at him.
Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
Hold
Oh,
a minute,
whoa.
hold a minute, sorry. Hold it.
Uh-oh.
I also need the
I'm
authority.
sorry.
It's okay. I need a motion to make, for me to figure out what to pay Cooper. I don't intend to pay him what these boys are making, but for 6 months, I'd like to put him on probation, and then y'all can.
Okay, do you have an idea what you might wanna pay?
I did not have time today to go back and look and see what we paid him before, but,
If you don't mind me asking, what did the other gentlemen make?
23 something, didn't it?
What did y'all start out at?
I started out at 15. I think he was older than that when he started. Well, when I started, I made $10 an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're old.
Yeah, he's talking about 8 years ago.
Choctaws.
Well, $10 an hour.
But when I started last time, I started at 15. I think it was.
$10 an hour ain't gonna cut it anymore.
no,
15 barely does.
Really.
Let me ask you.
I'll be fair. I mean,
Yeah. So whatever.
So
I think
how long
whatever
have you been
do.
here?
What about $20 an hour?
And you started at 15? And how long have you been here? How?
2.
And you started at 15?
I make a suggestion starting at 20.
Yeah, I'll second.
okay. And in 6 months, we can reevaluate
Right.
and make a decision then.
For us, it was a year. It was a year before we got
Well, you got raised.
yeah, before we got Edward Jones, a Roth IRA account.
Oh,
Right.
well, yeah, we haven't talked about that,
Okay.
but we'll bring it up.
I just make sure he's gonna stay before you go
Yeah,
talking all that.
yeah, it's a year for all these other boys before we put them on retirement. He's talking about retirement.
Of course, this is one thing when you have a head of the department, like say Jacob out there, then it'll be up to him to gauge how good what they're worth and what they're and things like that. Evaluating. Which I worked for a gas company for 30 years, and when I was foreman, every one of my employees, I had to evaluate them every year, to exactly, how their job was, how they were doing.
I just have one question. How long do they have to be employed here before, and what benefits do you offer, like health insurance?
Just retirement.
Just retirement, so you guys don't.
You can get insurance, but you pay it. You pay for it.
Okay.
I move we adjourn.
If Mary's done.
I'm done.
Okay.
I'll second that.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second or 30, whatever.
Okay.